What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Invincible episode 1 to 3 breakdown, recap, and review. This was one heck of a show and a great replacement for that boys' side void that is left in my soul. It is also the perfect opposite to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which for some reason Amazon decided to drop Invincible on the same day as Disney's latest MCU TV show. For future reference on the channel, I will be covering Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Fridays, and the Invincible breakdowns will be on Saturdays. Invincible is based on the comic by Robert Kirkman that started as a backup in Savage Dragon in 2002 and graduated to its own issues in 2003. Of course, Mr. Kirkman was also behind that little-known comic, The Walking Dead. It follows Mark, the son of Invincible's Superman, Omni-Man, who has a similar origin to the Green Lanterns, as he's from Viltrum and his race have superpowers and head out into the galaxy to help people. So a kind of combination of the Green Lanterns and Superman there. However, comic readers, you know all is not as it seems, as this is shown throughout the episodes with Omni-Man. Episode 1 opens with two White House security guys talking about their plans, and one is talking about taking a kid to London, and I loved how an episode later paid that off, which was neat. However, they are attacked by the Maulers. These are two clones with neither knowing which one is the original, and Omni-Man originally defeated the original, leading to his first contact with the Guardians of the Globe and another clone. Their plan here is to kill the president. However, the Guardians of the Globe arrive to take out the Maulers. This original team of the Guardians of the Globe was based on the Justice League, if Red Rush a Flash homage and Darkwing a clear Batman parody wasn't enough clues. Now, the animation and dynamic between the team is incredibly enjoyable. I do wish this was live action, however the budget for that, not to mention the cast, would be unreal. The crew fight and defeat the Maulers as Omni-Man comes and saves the day, voiced by J.K. Simmons. I don't know if it's my headphones, but the audio mixing on J.K.'s voice was incredibly muffled, but it might just be me. Now we cut to Mark, Omni-Man's son, voiced by Stephen Yen, and his mother Debbie, played by Sandra Oh. I will never escape that woman, as my girlfriend never stops watching Bleeding Grey's Anatomy. They're watching what happened on the news as Omni-Man comes home and acts like a family man. I really like how the secret of his dad is out in the open and his old hat to the family. It's a marked difference from Superman and Lois, another great show. Mark is supposed to have powers like his dad. I expect they're manifesting a bit late due to his lineage being, well, only half human. Mark heads to school and it's the typical bottom of the social ladder fare as he tries to defend his future Bay Amber, except he's beaten up by the school bully and heads to work. But good news, he ends up getting his powers finally. We have a heartfelt flashback to when his dad told him about his lineage and that Viltrumites come to different planets to help protect their beings, but he came to Earth and clapped Debbie's cheeks instead. Now, back in the present, our boy Mark learns his powers of flight as well as recently discovered super strength. Now, he goes to train with his dad in the early morning, but it doesn't go well, and his dad says he's not ready for his powers and is also worried that he manifested them a bit too late, as on the home planet they manifest early. Now, his dad acts like night and day with people, and it's clear evidence that his true intentions wink wink. Frustrated, Mark heads off to make a makeshift costume and fight crime, as every other hero does in their origin story. But his dad comes to find him and they finally connect. It's an incredibly heartfelt and says a lot about the writing that a cartoon is able to portray these huge themes expertly. Now we then have him get a new costume made from a dude who essentially is the guy version of the costume maker in The Incredibles. We then cut to the Guardians once more, who were called to their HQ, only for it to be a trap and them killed in a gruesome and really well animated and smooth scene by Omni-Man. J.K. Simmons does a great job of portraying the family man and also the true menace of Omni-Man. Episode 2, like I said, starts with the guard from the first episode at Buckingham Palace, and yes, this is a massive and kind of vulgar one family house that lives off the state, but enough of that now. As we cut to the cleanup of the Guardians, and Omni-Man is out of commission. Now, missing from the season thus far is the teacher who is turning kids into bombs, and it does feel like they're rushing through the source material, a bit like Kirkman's other little show, The Walking Dead, did. Omni-Man is being kept at the Global Defense Agency, the ones who oversee the super teams and the Guardians of the Globe. Of course, the family visit, and I kind of don't trust the director. We have another attack, and it is the Flaxans seemingly taking advantage as they invade Earth, and Mark joins the fight with the teen team, along with Eve, who's played by Gillian Jacobs. I just can't get enough of that actress. I greatly like her work, and I really liked her in Love, a really underrated TV show. However, when all seems lost, the villains somehow grow super old. I really like the action here, and the teen team are super cool and a clear adaptation of the Teen Titans, albeit they're a bit different and they're led by a robot. Mark brings a normal woman to be saved, and it shows just how much this means to him as he goes back to school, only to realise that Eve is actually from his school. They talk and realise just how much each other are heroes, except he fights Todd again, and he knows he can take the hits after his training, and Amber learns that she's actually awkwardly the cause of this. I'm not really a fan of the Amber subplot, as it kind of shows the traditional balancing of two lives. It's really been done. But we learn that the Flaxans were the invaders from another planet, and they have a different temporal something. I didn't really understand it, causing them to grow a lot older and are quicker in our universe, which caused their retreat and the General to later return. Now, Mark meeting the Teen Force was pretty darn cool, and I love how there are multiple teams set up in the universe. It's something the boys was sorely lacking, despite them being mentioned in like one line a season, but we're going to get a spin-off soon. However, the Flaxan alarm goes off, and they have to fight them once more, except the invaders have managed to create wristbands that stop them aging. It's been 3 decades for them, but 3 days for our heroes. It's a tough fight, but Invincible is able to wreck them once more, and Omni wakes up and returns home, except already the director has a task for him, and it is to fight an invader that Mark actually volunteers to fight. Now, he fights Alan the alien, who is essentially a recruiter for a federation of planets, and it turns out he's been coming to the wrong planet for years, which was really, really funny, and I found it hilarious as the conversation takes place telepathically. I didn't really like the encounter in the comic all that much, but I loved it here as I feel the humour was brought to life a lot better. In school and in his hero life, he's getting a lot more respect as Todd the Bully apologises, but only as Amber has blackmailed him, which is pretty funny as well. The dialogue is freaking good, but the Flaxans arrive once more as a fight is almost lost as Omni-Man arrives and destroys them and flies through the portal. I feel like this took longer to resolve in the comics than Omni-Man here, but my memory is a bit hazy of the comics. I've read them when they first came out. Now, he goes through and destroys the Flaxan world and shows his true savage nature, something we will continue to see more of later down the line. What's important to note here in a non-spoiler way is that he says that Earth is not theirs to conquer. You will want to keep that in mind. We also have the director meet up with our Hellboy Constantine Darkblood, who confirms the killer is one of the Guardians, but I mean, yeah, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Also, the Teen Force find out just who Invincible's dad is. Now, overall, the first 2 episodes were just superb, and I think the next one takes it to the next level, as episode 3 opens with the funeral for the Guardians, as well as a secret one to protect them from trophy hunters. Now, that is important because the Maulers did actually steal parts of the Guardians of the Globe in the comics. Now, a robot is approached to become the leader of the Guardians of the Globe and sets out to create a new team, which is pretty similar to the comics version, the second one that we get. Omni-Man is also cold to his son and the people he murdered. However, our boy Mark gets a date with Amber, just as Eve discovers her boyfriend Rex is cheating on him with not 1 but 2 duplicates. Yes, the dirty dog, and yeah, really funny there. A robot starts his auditions and tries to get Mark to join, only for him to be like his father and refuse to, but he will help out though, of course, he's a nice guy. The auditions were really fun to watch and again highlights the talented animators and artists as the team is picked, and well, Eve doesn't want to be on the team with Rex and Duplicate because that would be mega awkward. Now, however, talk about bad timing as Eve is single and Mark gets a study date that is rudely interrupted as he has a mission at Mount Rushmore. I thought it was funny that the villain Doc Seismic asks why they're protecting when the presidents were slave owners. That's a bigger topic. And a man who talks about comics on the internet isn't that qualified to discuss the nuance of that. Maybe I'll do Politics Nexus. Now, poor Eve sees Amber and Mark kiss. Girl, you had your shot, but the Mauler twins are actually released. And this is interesting as in the comics they came by the memorial service for the Guardians. However, here they are freed by Robot. Now, Robot will actually use their services later down the line, especially as the new Guardians really disrespect him, especially with, of course, Samson, someone who lost their powers, thinks that they're too good for him. And he was actually one of the only survivors of the Guardians of the Globe because he did lose his powers. Overall, the 3 episodes were superb, and I do feel like this will be a monster hit, albeit the cartoon might be a bit of a tough barrier to entry to people you recommend who aren't into cartoons. I was a bit hesitant as I really wanted this to be live action, but overall it was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I will be covering it weekly. But that is it for this video. Please do drop a like down below. Please do subscribe with notifications on, and I will be bringing you some more videos in the week. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.